In Part 2 of the Disciplinary Investigation exercise, you will collect definitions of your discipline from the Mason website, from Wikipedia, and the federal government's Classification of Instructional Programs website. I am now back on the Mason Philosophy Department's homepage to see if there is a definition of the discipline. Fortunately, there is. There is also a description of the degree program. So I will copy and paste the definition and the program description to my document. Not all departments at Mason include a definition of the discipline. Many provide just a description of the degree program, which, while helpful, is not the definition of the field. Still, if you see such a description, include it on your worksheet. To give you an example of this, let's go to the School of Management. The School of Management arranges its disciplines differently from other colleges. Go to undergraduate, and then to majors, and then choose one of the 5 concentrations. Let's take accounting. The accounting major page of the School of Management website contains a description of what accountants do and what the degree program entails, but there isn't really a definition of the discipline itself. Still, there is some information available here that would be useful to record on the worksheet. If your department doesn't provide either a definition or a program description, then you would write "not available" on your document. Just make sure that you look around a bit before assuming there is nothing available. But back to philosophy. Next, to see if I can obtain a true definition of the discipline, I'll go to Wikipedia and get the encyclopedia definition of the discipline. I am going to enter the word philosophy into the search dialog box. Here I am on the philosophy page in Wikipedia, and I see that there is a brief definition at the top of the page. So I'll copy and paste the brief Wikipedia definition onto my worksheet. Search for your discipline and do the same. Just a quick word about Wikipedia while I have you here. Wikipedia is a great source for teaching yourself about a topic. Professionals and scholars use it all the time for just that reason. You can also find credible sources in Wikipedia if you page down to the Cited References section. But you cannot cite Wikipedia in an academic paper, mostly because it's an encyclopedia, and those sources are acceptable in high school, maybe, but not in a college paper. Search the references cited in Wikipedia instead. Next, I will go to the Classification of Instructional Programs, or CIP website. The link is in the lesson and available on the exercise worksheet. The CIP provides an index of academic disciplines in colleges and universities across the United States. It will give you a third definition of your discipline that will help you craft search terms for your disciplinary essays and give you ideas for how to describe your discipline to your non-specialist audience. The CIP will also list subdisciplines and multidisciplinary connections for your major, and this too will help you write your essay. The CIP site looks confusing at first, but follow these steps and you will find it easy to use. The link in the exercise should take you to the full list of CIP codes in the current version. Browse the list and choose the discipline that looks closest to yours. I see philosophy, number 38, included in the list, but note that it is also paired with religious studies. This means that these share some strong similarities in the questions they ask that drive their research. If you don't see a discipline that matches yours, you will have to do some critical thinking to come up with other terms used to define your field of study. For example, if you are a global affairs major, you will see that there is no discipline for global affairs. How else would someone refer to this field? Number 5, area, ethnic, cultural, and gender studies, perhaps? Here I am on the area, ethnic, cultural, and gender studies page, and I see a few disciplines listed match the areas of concentration that global affairs majors can select, such as African studies. But global affairs is a highly interdisciplinary major, so perhaps I might choose multi or interdisciplinary studies. Here I am on the multi-interdisciplinary studies page, and if I page down, area, ethnic, cultural, and gender studies again, as well as number 30.20, international global studies. If you want the general definition of this major, choose international global studies. I will return to the original list I browsed and choose number 38, philosophy and religious studies, since that is closest to philosophy. You will see a 2-digit number associated with each of these disciplines that remains consistent. That is the CIP code for the broad category of the discipline. The other numbers tell you that you are dealing with more in-depth definitions or with multidisciplinary connections to the discipline. Your first task is to copy and paste the definition of the program of study for your discipline to your worksheet. I am going to copy the definition of a philosophy program. Note that this is still not a definition of the discipline in 3.8.1 and paste it into my document. Next, I need to identify some of the multidisciplinary connections and subdisciplines. I see that the discipline of philosophy also includes logic, ethics, and applied and professional ethics. This tells me that the discipline of philosophy has multidisciplinary connection subdisciplines. Expect to see logic and ethics as subdisciplines. I am surprised to see applied and professional ethics, since I generally don't associate workplace studies with the field of philosophy. But if I look at the program description, I see that there is a specific of the study of ethics to the, quote, ethical issues in the workplace life, end quote. This lets me know that the philosophy is not only an ivory tower field where scholars sit around and debate the big questions of life. Philosophy also has an applied version of the discipline where the concepts are used in practical situations. So I will list all of these subdisciplines on because they will help me describe my discipline to my readers in the first course. You have now completed part 2 of the exercise. Please go to part 3.